Looking at the customization, we've looked at both the bar styles and our custom fields, and there is a way really of combining them together so we can use our custom fields to drive the bar styles. To look at this clever way, what we're going to aim to do is to change the color of the bar based on who is assigned to that task. In order to do that, we need to set a few things up. First of those is a custom field. So we go to Format, Custom Fields. Now the kind of field we wish to set up is actually a flag field. Now a flag field is simply a yes/no value, a true/false value, a 1, 0, an on/off. It's a Boolean. It can only be one of two options. Now our first flag value I'm going to rename as me. And this is how we're going to find out if me as a resource is assigned to a task, then we're going to flag the me flag as a yes. So it becomes a formula field. We know already that when you choose formula field, it tells us it will discard all current values. That's fine. And then the formula has to involve an if. Now the if is in our function list. So in the categories, we come down to general, and we can see if in there. It's IIF, which is the same as Microsoft Access, intermediate if. And it even gives us the 3 parts. So we have an expression to decide on what to do if that expression is true, what to do if that expression is false. Well, the true and the false, because we have a flag, can only be yes and no. So if the value in our expression here evaluates the true, then the flag becomes effectively on. If not, the flag becomes off or no. So our expression is whether the field, which is a text field, resource name equal to me. So if I'm the resource name, then the flag goes on. If I'm not, then the flag goes off. And that's okay. Again, we get the warning about everything else being deleted because we have a formula. That's fine. So the me flag is in place. Flag number 2 is also going to be a formula field. Again, we're discarding the current data, but we don't have any. And again, it's an if. So general if. True part is yes. The false part is no, because our flag is simply yes or no. The expression in this case is going to be the text field resource name is equal to decorator. Decorator. You have to get this spelt correctly, otherwise it won't find the decorator. Okay, again, we're getting rid of current values, that's fine. And that creates our 2 flags. Let's rename that second flag decorator. Okay, so there's our 2 flags in place. Right, in our Gantt chart, let's just insert those 2 columns so that we know that they're working. So let's right click, insert column, the me, flag 1, and then right click, insert column, decorator, flag 2. And wherever I'm used, you see a yes, and wherever he's used, you see yes. Now the only drawback to our criteria in the if is that if the decorator is not alone in the assignments, as he's not here in the paint accent wall, then he doesn't actually get picked up, because we said the resource name equals rather than the resource name contains. Really ought to be contains. So let's return back to our custom fields and see how we can add in contains. So that's format, custom fields, decorator. We actually need to change both, so let's do them in order. Formula, currently we're saying the resource names equal to me, which was great for this first list because the resource names was just me. But as soon as you start sharing the load, then we're no's all the way. So instead of the criteria being resource names equals me, what we're going to use is a little function called instr, instr, which looks in the string, and it functions, so it has an open brackets, and it's going to look in resource names, comma, and it's going to look for me, so I close my brackets there. So it's looking for this text in that string, and if it finds it at all, so if I'm in anywhere in the resource names, then it will change to yes, and no if I'm not. So rather than the whole string being equal to me, I just have to exist in the list. And we need to do exactly the same for the decorator. We replace it with in str open brackets, resource names, comma, decorator, and then close the in-string function after decorator. So it just has to find decorator in the resource names and it will get a yes. So that's okay. Okay. And then you should find wherever the decorator is in use, it goes to yes, as we have here and here and here and here. He's only part of the resource names, but because he's there, the yes appears. So that takes us part way. That gets us our two flags created. If I'm in there, the me flag is on. If the decorator's in there, the decorator flag is on. What we then want to do is customize the bar styles. Now we need to make sure that that's done in one of our custom Gantt charts. So let's use Guy's Gantt chart. Format, Format, Bar Styles. And we're going to create two new bars. So we come below the taskbar and click Insert Row. And we're going to call this Me Tasks. And let's insert another row now, and we'll call that Decorator Tasks. Traps with a capital D. And then we need to customize the appearance. So Me Tasks, I really quite like purple, so I'm going to be purple. And the decorator, he quite likes orange, so he's going to be orange. What I then need to do is add in the filters for these two new bars. So for me, that's flag 1, and we should be in the list. There we are, flag 1. And for the decorator, it's flag 2. So that's simple enough criteria to trigger these bars. So normal tasks are blue, but then it comes down the list and says, hang on, if we're flag 1, we're going to change to purple. If we're flag 2, we're going to change to orange. Okay, well, let's bring our Gantt chart into view. So scroll to task, and we see all the me tasks are purple, and then anything with a decorator is orange, and it's blue if neither of us are involved. Now, if it's me and the decorator involved, for example, in this task here where I'm not, but I'm going to add me in. You'll see the bar remains orange, even though we have both flags as yes. The reason for that, if we go back to the bar styles, is that these bars are triggered in a top-down sequence. So it will go through and say, yep, they're blue. Come down to there and go, oh, flag 1, you need to change to purple. Oh, flag 2, you need to change to red. So it will change to purple initially, but as it continues to check the criteria, it'll say, hang on a minute, flag 2. So if the decorator is lower than me, then he will be triggered after me. So if we share tasks, the decorator takes precedence in the color coding, which is why it's orange when it's decorator and me. Just me, or even me and the joiner, as we have here, and we're purple. Decorator in anywhere and they go orange. Every other task is blue. So by clever use of a custom field and the bar styles, we can actually customize the Gantt chart to show different colored bars for different resources. And the good thing about adding in these bar styles is that if we print preview and have a look at the legend, you can see because we've added in two new bar styles, those bar styles appear in the legend. So me tasks are purple, decorator tasks are orange. If we'd have just gone through and manually colored in each bar that we're capable of doing, we've seen that in action, you would not get that in the legend. And if you actually change the allocation, colored bars will not respond. By doing it through this way with the flags and the customized task bars, we're actually being dynamic so that when we change the assignment, the bars will change appropriately.